last meeting about the stormwater project, and I asked Mr. Nobles to come today and present some information.
Well, I asked you, anybody else in the crowd, and you just sat
Come on
there.
up and do this thing.
Well, luckily, Mr. Rand said I could have 4 hours to go over every bit
Oh,
of this.
well, you and Mr. Rentz can be here and enjoy it.
He said it was 300 pages. I said, don't print it.
Yeah. Well, I saw that big notebook there, and I'm
I
like,
said
I know he's
overview.
talking about
And he
something.
did say I could go over every bit of it in fine detail.
Wow, okay.
So
Well, you
it'll-
wait till Mike comes back.
Well, wait till Mike comes back. Y'all don't mind.
Do everything you can in 3 minutes.
Well, I knew you weren't normally here, and that's why I said, is anybody in the crowd? Thank you.
Last time I saw you, you were sitting in the truck and I didn't recognize you.
I'm sorry, I should have said something.
What about us, Will? Looking at you, you and you.
Yeah, well, you probably seen my, in the post office with a number across my chest. What you're looking at is kind of the key sheet of our set of plans, and we're about 75–80% complete with the plans. And we can go over every one of these roads real briefly if you want to, or I can just tell you where we kind of are overall. About 75% through. We got to send out the plans next week for all the utility owners, so they can mark the plans up and see what we're going to tear up as we put in these drainage improvements, which is side drains, cross drains. We're going to put in some box culverts. We're going to bore under the railroad tracks in 4 locations and take some relief from the north side of town and try to stop some of the flooding on the north side of town and route it through over the river and through the woods. And I guess I didn't tell you my name. My name is Gene Nobles, and I've worked with David for almost 34 years now, and I've done a lot of work here in Sneads over the years. So this project.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Lane.
Well, thank you, ma'am. This project is the stormwater project that is going to do a lot of improving on about 12 or 13 different locations or streets on it. Let's see, we do have a little bit of geotech we're going to have to do there's a box culvert on McCowan Road that we're going to improve. I was going to tear it out, but I decided to add 2 smaller box culverts on either side. Easier that way, so I got to get some geotech to do that. And then we got to finalize the quantities, and once we do that, we're ready to bid this thing out. So we do have to get grant approval on these. When we send these in, we'll probably go ahead and advertise in the meantime. So all that to say is we're probably going to finalize these plans in the next couple of months and get them out to bid, to be about a 320-day project. That's how long it'll take to bid it. I don't know, the construction budget on it's about $4.3 million, so we're going to do a lot of tearing up around the town, and people won't be happy for a little while, but it'll be better in the end. You know, construction is always construction.
Well, knowing that there's gonna be a lot of improvement, I hope people will be happy and won't fuss too much.
Yeah, some will. Some will.
They will.
They always do. So, my next question, do you want me to go over each location and tell you what we're kind of doing, or?
I think she's
No.
going to ask you about Holly Street.
Okay, Holly?
Holly, yeah.
All right, so on Holly Street, and that's kind of in the northeast part of town, what we're doing, there is a ditch out there now close to Oak Avenue. And what we're doing there is putting a mitered in section there with some inlets and routing that water that backs up right there and routing it a little bit down Holly Street, underground down Oak Street, and then we're daylighting it out on Legion Road.
What does that mean?
Taking that water, putting it in some pipes, and then, because water goes downhill, and we're gonna put pipes and run it out to Legion Road to relieve where it ponds up right there.
There's a low place. There's a house that's in that low
Right
place
down in that low
that
place is that
has
house.
flooded before, and we've talked about
Right
it
here?
several times.
There's a ditch about yay deep, and it's stopped, it doesn't go anywhere. So I'm gonna stick a mitered in, right, which is a pipe that's been cut off at an angle, and put it there so that water can go in it and route that water down Holly, down Oak Street, and out and dump it out there on Legion Road to get it going. So this
So
area,
where all this water right here in the middle of Holly, goes to that house right there, is that pipe going to send it up there to, because it's a dip in the street, in the
On
road?
the, what she's saying is on the west
Holly
end,
Street, yes.
the west end
I'll
of
have to
Holly.
look at it,
Goes
because
right
that
down.
wasn't, those improvements weren't, I guess, included. Now, what this is we took, my goodness, a drainage study from 2013 and applied it, and that's what this project is. And I don't recall anything right in that area, so, I can go look at it. Yeah,
please.
I'll go look
Yeah.
at that for sure.
Yeah,
Because I just looked at the items that they addressed in that.
Because I had somebody a couple of years ago, and I went, or
Okay,
Mr. Rents and I went, and we told her that we would look at that because her house floods.
Okay,
I mean, I know it's not gonna flood right now, but when the water level comes back up,
sure.
it will. But that road dips down right there in the middle, so
Okay.
I don't know if it'll run up there in the middle.
Yeah, no, I'll look at it and see.
All right, well, I would appreciate that.
We'll add that to it
Okay.
if we can. There's something we can do.
That's the only real place that I.
well, that and Adams, the west end of Adams as well.
Yeah. It's gonna mess up the way we wash our
If it
bridges.
ain't, if it ain't, that one needs to be.
That one needs to be.
Yes,
Would you, he wants to know if his flood problem is gonna get
there's some
addressed.
Pope Street, I
Yeah.
see some Pope Street
Yeah,
on
the
here,
east end of Pope is on there.
right down there where you are.
Yeah, that whole
Yeah.
street.
It's on the very end, just before you hit Legion Road, so it's right there where you are. It's
Yeah,
noted on
pretty
here,
much
there's
the
gonna be some
whole
work done.
east end of Pope is on
Yes,
there.
yes, that's on there.
Let's
And you already
say
know
the
the
next
next
store is right.
It is on here.
What about at McCallum Mill?
Hold one second.
'Cause that's what Mike's gonna wanna know.
Hey, what's the street that runs behind the, dollar store? Is it
Adams?
Adams?
Yeah, that was my next question.
Yeah.
It's on there.
Oh,
Yeah, I need to know.
Okay, what was the other questions? Next one.
Well, okay, well, I'll ask first about south of there, south of Holly, Adams.
Adams, okay.
Yeah, the west end of Adams also floods.
West end of, yeah, and I remember, we did look at that. Here's the problem. That is that's a closed basin right there. You're talking behind the dollar store?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the ground level right there on the edge of the road on the north side of Adams Street is lower than the outfall, the pipe that goes under, 90.
Mhm.
And so if the water's here and the pipe it's got to get to is up here,
Yeah,
it ain't
I
going
don't-
on.
It ain't gonna go up, is it?
buckets.
It's hard to do.
Buckets or pumps.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
And-
see, the town owns the land to the west of that. We own the lot.
To the west of,
Adams and Holly, this whole area right here, we own land.
We did that several years ago.
that's up
Yeah,
We did-
and we
we own
had
this spot right
said,
here.
the purpose of the town buying it years and years ago was to try to pump water to a holding pond or something up there. Mhm.
See where we can dig a pump.
Right,
Is it vacant?
yeah.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yes,
I'm glad you came today.
Yeah, absolutely, me too.
Yes. We,
So I need to
we
get-
own, it goes from, I
So
think it
that's
goes all the way from
Adams.
90 to Holly that we own there.
It goes from 90 to Holly?
I believe so. 'Cause,
Okay.
Yeah, there used to be a road that went through there years ago,
Mhm.
from 90 to Holly. And years and years ago, we bought some land, like when I first started
Parcel.
here. Or not when we first started here, but it's probably been about maybe 10 years ago. Because of that end of Holly flooding and stuff, that was the idea, was to pump water to a holding pond or something there.
Hope you have some contingency.
So you're saying how you do a holding pond there or something?
Well, that was our, one of the
Yeah.
ideas we
Yeah,
had.
and so I don't know that was originally included, but we can ask the grant if that can be included.
Mhm.
Because that's pretty important. I mean, if we can stop flooding people's houses. That's the whole purpose of this.
Right.
That one area right there, there's
It
no other way to
floods
get that
every
water
time.
out of there.
Yeah, there isn't. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a closed, what's called a closed basin, which is more or less a hole and there's no exit.
Right. Okay.
And dollar store. Okay, so that one, and then look at that one. All right, what else?
Well, I'll ask you about one more.
Okay.
please. Pope Street,
Okay, we're doing three different areas on Pope Street.
right,
Okay,
and what are we going to do?
all right.
Or what are y'all?
Oh, we're constructing almost 300 feet of concrete ditch on the north side of Pope Street at the intersection of Cemetery Avenue. We're cleaning the ditches on both sides of Pope Street. We have some asphalt patching, a little bit of curve widening at the intersection of Pope and Legion, and we're replacing existing corrugated metal pipe and mitered in on the north side of Pope Street at the intersection of Pope and Legion.
Can I interrupt you just a second? We just got an appropriation from the Senate to pave Pope Street.
Okay?
And it probably won't start, we're supposed to get it's an MSCOT.
M. Scott,
And
okay?
we should get it, probably starting the first of next year, so you might wanna coordinate
Coordinate?
some of your diggings and
It-
cutting and
Okay.
stuff.
That's only on the west end.
Yeah,
From
it's
cemetery
from
to
cemetery
river.
to
River
to
Road.
River Road.
Okay, so you're gonna pave from Cemetery to River Road,
Yes.
Pope Street.
That's already been approved by
Town.
DOT.
Okay,
And then the
and
county.
this is an M. Scott?
MSCOT.
Town, M. Scott.
And then the county is going to pay from 90 to Pope Street.
Gloucester, but that's
Gloucester.
not on here.
I don't think that's gonna affect you at all.
That's not on here.
But that's been approved, the county's gonna help us out with that.
Okay. Pavement.
Really bad roads.
We're gonna try to get as many paved as we can.
River to cemetery, okay.
I just wanted, you might wanna coordinate that.
Sure. Have you got somebody designing that?
All day long.
All they have.
Oh, okay.
And, they, like I said, they're supposed to clean the contract in the spring, let the money out in July, and start looking at planning and engineering, and then
Sure.
talk about maybe getting it in the late of the year, and maybe start something like that the first of the year. Just, that's all.
Yeah, okay, I'll call Travis and we'll work out the coordination efforts.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so then what about like the whole North Carolina Road? Cause like, a lot of work goes there, from River Road on down.
Mike said that better get
So I
Okay,
see at
McCall-
90, you're doing something at 90, it looks like.
Yeah.
Or is that just saying where 90's at?
Yeah, no, that's just saying where Highway 90 is. That's just
Okay.
labels. McCowan Mill Road, there's an existing box culvert where it's shown right in there.
Mhm.
And it's too small. And because there's a 10-by-10 box culvert just north of it going under the railroad tracks. And so the one that's going into McCowan Hill is just too small. So that's the one I guess I referred to earlier that I was gonna tear out. But I decided I was gonna leave it, and we're gonna add 2 box culverts on either side of it. Because you have to maintain water just like you have to maintain traffic. You can't stop it up. And if you stop water up, that's a lot worse than stopping traffic up. So I'm gonna utilize that existing structure while it's under construction to maintain water flow, and then build, kind of half the size box culverts both sides, because you still like to keep them centered in the existing stream bed. And we don't wanna go through permitting to change stream beds. That's more of a challenge than we want.
Where's the boring gonna be under the railroad?
4 borings. The Hunter Drive, okay, on Hunter Drive, what we're doing on Hunter is, on the north side where the ditch comes into, the railroad tracks, right there at Hunter. It goes under the railroad tracks, and I think there's 2 or 3 pipes. Okay, well, at that opening where it comes in, we're gonna, put a pipe and go, back to the east, go under Hunter Drive, a 30-inch pipe, cut Hunter Drive, and then dump it out on the east side of Hunter. We're gonna dig a ditch down 300 or 400 feet, and put 3 of the jacking bores right there going under the railroad track to discharge to the existing ditch on the south side of the, because that area right there is undersized capacity-wise from the water that's coming to it. The other is on, right down from
Eugenia.
at Legion Road, right there south of the ballparks, okay? That goes under 90 and goes into a pond, more or less a pond, an area on, just on the south side of 90, on the north side of Old Spanish Trail, and stops. Okay, well, we're gonna put an inlet right there and and a pipe and route it to that parcel that we bought with this grant. And then we're going, then that goes down to the railroad tracks. Well, there's not an outfall right there. That's, if there was a pipe under the railroad, it's not functional, or there never was, I don't know, but we're gonna put a pipe right there and route that straight into the wetland and going to the south.
I got you.
To take that pressure off and stop flooding.
Where is, Teresa, mother that lives with?
So that's on Hunter
Laverne,
Drive.
Kirkland.
Is that Hunter Drive?
Yeah, so cause Hunter Drive floods. It floods back.
And that's,
So-
there's a ditch there that we try to keep cleaned out.
That's on the south side,
Uh-huh.
okay?
Yes, yes.
Well, we tried, my first shot right there was close all that in and put it in a big pipe. Railroad tracks railroad guys F&G wouldn't let me do that. So that's where we put the 30-inch pipe, going under Hunter Drive on the north side, routing it down to the east, then we're gonna turn it loose in a ditch. That's gonna go down 300 or 400 feet, and then that's where we're gonna put the boards. We had to put the boards in the try to put it in the lowest
So that should
spot.
take care of that low place right
That's
there,
right.
Hunter, because
That's
there's a
right.
lady there that gets flooded pretty regularly.
Yeah, this will take a lot more capacity than it has right now.
It's good.
Okay.
We should have some happy folks, hopefully.
I hope so.
After it's all over,
Yeah.
they won't be happy when it's going
I'm
on.
telling you, those that always say about their yards
just the way
and
it
all
is.
flooding, they ain't gonna be mad. They'll be glad you're there.
We just did a roundabout in Mariana. I did the roundabout and
Was that
construction,
you?
so that was me. And, I
best
got a
roundabout
lot
I've
of
ever
chappings and cussing.
It's the prettiest roundabout I've ever seen.
It is beautiful.
No, I mean, the radius.
Now that it's done.
The radius is
Yeah, it's
excellent,
big.
the line of sight's excellent.
Got the brick in there, it looks
Yeah.
good.
Some people have to still learn how to use it.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
that's right. They do. They
That's
do.
just Jackson County driving, what that is.
What you
But
gonna
it
do?
is beautiful.
It
It
is,
is.
thank
it really
They go
is.
to Georgia, they'll get used to it real quick.
Yeah, they've got them everywhere.
So all that to
It is.
say is during construction, it may not be pleasant. But they can call me and I'll take the
The heat.
heat.
I need your number on speed dial.
So this overall project, you said 320 days, about 11 months, about a year to do
Yes,
this?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Girl, don't be giving that kind.
And that's based off of, the amount of work, kind of
The weather.
Rainy weather, yeah.
that's just how long it's gonna take.
Can
I'd
you
have to say if it
email,
rains, it
like,
won't
what
rain.
exactly you're doing on each one of these?
Like
Like
this
a-
summary?
yes,
Yeah, I can. Sure. I can send that to you.
But will this construction, it'll just be going one area at a time, or
No,
will it
ma'am.
all?
No, they'll be all
No,
over.
ma'am.
Wow.
If I had to guess, a contractor would go and mark his spot on every single one
And start.
at the same time and start.
Well, that's good.
And so how long is that before this is going to?
Several months, right?
Couple of months,
Before it
yeah.
goes
I gotta finalize the box culvert design, and we do a field review. When I get that done, it's essentially, the plans are about to finish design, so I have to field review it to make sure it is what I want it is. Then we finalize the quantities.
So this is April.
Yeah, so probably by end of May or June, we can bid it.
Okay.
Does Mr. Rick Harrell help you?
He does, but not on stuff like this.
Oh.
He is a water sewer kind of guy, and we've got a lot of water and sewer in Mariana blowing the world out. I don't know if you've been through Mariana lately.
Mhm.
Highway 90, it looks like a bomb went off.
Yeah.
Well, that's us. And he helps us tremendously.
Yeah, he was
is
supposed to be
an asset.
retired. Yeah, he was supposed to be.
Well-
His son married my daughter, that's why I was
Oh, really? Excellent. Well, good, yeah. He's very dear to me.
Mhm.
He keeps me out of a
Oh,
lot of
good.
trouble and headaches.
He is a very nice guy.
He's an excellent guy.
Well, I appreciate you coming. even though-
Absolutely.
Even though I forgot you.
I'm sorry that our town manager ignored you and forgot you. It was his
Well, I should have
fault.
spoken up. Now, if you want to, I can go through these plans.
No,
They,
no.
these right here probably wanna see them. I've got to go somewhere else. but they'll stay in this.
Excellent.
No, you did a great job.
Yeah,
That's
thank you very
clarified a
much.
lot. We appreciate you coming.
Yes, ma'am.
There'll be some happy people when it's over with.
When it's over with.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Timmy says motion to adjourn. I second. Yes?